So I'm watching Great Outdoors. Apparently another John Hughes written movie that I had never heard of before, but hey, that's how things go. Yes. And as usual, I mean, even before I actually saw his name, I saw that was very similar to, the National Lampoon series, which is also written by him. So yeah. Um, but I'm not quite sure what John Kennedy is like as opposed to Chevy Chase. I think I might have seen him at some point, but like, long ago, so I don't quite remember. Um, I find it very awkward, by the way, that obviously they had no idea it was going. But, that the issue with the with heart, with regards to heart attacks, was mentioned because that's how he died. I think. At one point, his supposed brother even mentions that he's overweight and mentioned the ticker. So it's very sort of awkward, that's how it happened. I think what was it, like a decade later or something? Yeah. Anyway, yeah, unfortunate. Anyway, yeah. Um, what might possibly be funny about this movie? Although I don't know if they're going to repeat it in more than just a few seconds, is the fact that they subtitle animals, raccoons. You know? Yeah, that's funny. They should have done that more. Clearly, subtitling animals is much funnier than whatever the heck humans usually say. And it was funny up until, I mean, didn't have any other sort of outrageous things that usually happen. But of course, John Hughes needs to write in some stupid things in the form of that that situation and how it was handled. I mean, what's this? He seems to have some sort of obsession with killing. It seems like in National Lampoon franchise, there's always some animal that somehow gets. I don't know why on earth he just wants to ruin all his movies like this. Like, what's the point? Is it some secret desire that he had or what? I don't get it. No, this is why his movies don't even come up to being average in my opinion. Not even average because I mean, in average comedy movies you don't get this nonsense.
And yeah, no, this is really an idiotic movie at best. Yeah, someone was probably seriously convinced that apparently a balded bear is funny. Somehow, I'm not entirely sure if indeed they can be bald, but if they can, that is no likelihood not what they look like. So it's really bizarre. I mean, it was just yeah, it's a really bizarre movie, and it's mostly idiotic. And I don't often agree with critics, but it seems like most of them were correct for this one, for this movie. It's shallow, you know. Uh, I mean, at least John Hughes' other movies usually have um, I don't know, some sort of vibe to them. This has nothing, very much, apart from random strange events, but they're not really that interesting either. They probably thought that someone being struck by lightning supposedly dozens of times is funny as well. Um, of course, in reality, it would be impossible. I'm pretty sure they'd be dead by then. But anyway, honestly, it doesn't seem like there was anything that's funny though, apart from, of course, the raccoons. Raccoons were the VIP here. Honestly, that's pretty much it. Other than that, though, this is really this is um, it's a strange thing. I mean, I suppose it is sort of similar to National Lampoons, but um, it's I don't know, just it on its own it doesn't quite work out at all. And to be fair, I mean, some National Lampoons like the Christmas one, I don't particularly like either, even though people seem to like. It doesn't seem to be very funny at all, and there's stuff that happens that makes no sense, nor is it funny as well. Like just singing national anthem for some bizarre, random, weird, idiotic reason. At least that didn't happen here in this movie. But I don't know. Just the fact that they supposedly killed a bear. They wanted to kill a bear as well. What the hell is this? A comedy or a just bloodthirsty idiots? It seems. In reality, of course, the bear was it had an interesting past. The bear was interesting. Yeah, I guess. At least this movie introduced me to this bear actor. Apparently acted in a few other movies as well, and died unfortunately about 10 years later after this movie was made, or maybe 12 years technically. I guess if it was made in '88. Yeah, and now there's another bear that is supposed not related though, but happened to be born same year and is also in acting. So that's interesting to know. With regards to the raccoons, so no idea about them. There was no information. They didn't have any. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Now I'm wondering, honestly, if they did indeed. Why they even bother to train them at all, or anything? Or if maybe no likelihood they just filmed some random raccoons and just subtitled them. That's pretty much it. I'm assuming. But as far as that goes, that was seriously the funniest thing. If only more comedies did this sort of thing, with wild animals and subtitling them. That's the only good idea about this movie. Other than that, though, um, yeah, it's not quite the most interesting thing, honestly. Just isn't. Which is unfortunate, really, because it could have been, but it resorted to very cheap things. Really, everything that happens is cheap. So yeah, whatever.